It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system, you have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you. I
understood
understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Earlier in the season, Indiana ended up losing their last game in this matchup against Philly.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
And in a big way. This was a blowout. The players, coaches, everyone is to blame.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Pacers. Bogdanovich outside at the three with Young down at power forward. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. And it's Turner in at center. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Well, we're about halfway through the season now, Chris, and you can see the mental grind getting to some of these teams and some of these players.
Yeah, this is why leadership, and especially veteran leadership, is so important. You got to keep guys focused, motivated, and ready to play. Yeah, the season is long. It will wear you down. You have curveballs thrown at you every day. It is a mental grind, a mental toll. But how can you keep that focus through all of it? That's the big question, and usually you lean on those veterans in the locker room.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Collison gets a wide open look. Turner finds Oladipo. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
About a minute played so far here in the first. A second chance effort.
Solid at contesting shots. Redick really has developed into a fine defender over time.
It's stolen by Oladipo. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Nate McMillan. He knows they're up against the team that plays best when it can get to the front of the rim. So the #1 concern defensively is coming over to help to cut off drives and cutting down all lanes to the hoop. Devin will see who imposes their will upon the other.
Thanks, David. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Indiana called for the foul. The 76ers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First free throw is good. And Chris, with the way the 76ers have taken huge steps forward, what should the expectations be for this team the next few years?
I wouldn't be surprised, Kev, if they were competing for a title in a few seasons. I mean, they have a very flexible cap to improve their roster, and anything less than that, I think, should be viewed as a disappointment.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Wow, it's all about the fun-loving personality of Embiid. It's just awesome. I mean, this guy likes to have fun on and off the court.
Redick surveying the D. Pass to Harris. Here's Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you see how comfortable Simmons is. I mean, he has the size and touch to be effective down there.
Oladipo against Redick. Oladipo dishes to Turner. And that one drops for him.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Simmons against Collison. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
No flow to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 for 5 from the floor to start the game.
On its way from Oladipo for 2. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Oh, I love to see the unselfishness from Collison. Really whips the ball over to the open man quickly.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Back to Simmons. Outside, Redick. It's stolen by Oladipo. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
Yeah, all about IQ. You're right. They made smart in-game adjustments. I mean, they seemed a step ahead all night.
Simmons checked in for Philadelphia. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. 7-point differential. In the corner, Simmons with it. Butler against Young. Butler passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Collison the bounce pass. The shot by Turner no good. The 76ers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And slam dunk by Harris.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that one.
Indiana leading by 3. Oladipo finds Turner. Simmons against Oladipo. Inside, Turner. And Embiid with the block.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy.
For Indiana, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And it's blocked by Simmons. Embiid with it. He had 31 points in the win against Brooklyn.
And his impact wasn't just on offense. He played great D. Blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Sometimes this is all you can do on defense. Embiid is so aggressive and determined near the bucket.
Collison kicks to Young. It's Oladipo on the wing. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Rejected by Harris. Here's Embiid. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Well, with Embiid, the only thing that is going to slow him down, or has slowed him down so far, C-Webb, is injuries.
You know, people forget that Embiid would have been the top pick in his draft if he was fully healthy. I mean, too often do great big men have their careers derailed because of injuries. Embiid, though, I think Embiid has overcome his rough patch of health. I mean, I think he's going to be a monster as long as he stays on the floor.
Well, free throw drops for Embiid. Here's Evans. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee. Outside Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. And nothing is falling for him right now. The 76ers leading. Here's Butler. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character. Has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Philadelphia shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know. Greg goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 1st in blocks, 4th in rebounding, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. The pass to Simmons. Outside Butler. Simmons on the wing. Matthews with the steal. 5 on the clock. They could use a bucket. That one wide left. The 76ers leading by 4 to the inside. Harris dishes to Butler. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Joseph against Simmons. Passes it to Sabonis. Makes it off the glass. Sabonis has got his first points of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And Philadelphia calls time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Marjanovic checked in for Joel Embiid. Johnson comes in for Harris. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. Pacers trail by 4. Joseph, the pass to Matthews. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The 76ers in second.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Marjanovic. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Up top, McConnell. He's covered by Joseph. Outside, Simmons. Butler in the corner. 5 to shoot. Here's Marjanovic. The Pacers pull it in. Here's Evans. Not enough on that one as it misses. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They lead by 4. Shots good from Butler.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Simmons against Evans. Knocks it loose. Matthews left side. Pass to Sabonis. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Take a look at the 76ers. The season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now. And checking out Indiana, 7.5 games behind.
And seeing where Indiana is, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
To give them credit, they got some really good pieces in place. The road ahead is going to be tough, of course, but I think they're in better shape than a lot of other teams.
Shots good from Butler.
And think about, Kevin, this talented 76ers team. Coach Brown helped shape and form the core of this roster. I mean, he's come up with the group much as they have grown under him.
Now here's Evans. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Butler against Matthews. Now here's Simmons. He's tightly guarded. Butler, no good. And with Brown, he has the trust of the players because they have gone through the same trying times.
And let's not undervalue what the stability has been for this group. Having a coach like Coach Brown, who has been through the ups and downs with the Sixers, it makes players play that much harder for him.
It's good.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Timeout called the Pacers. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
No question. The officials were active, trying to keep control of the game that affected the substitution pattern.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Mike Scott comes in for Marjanovic, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Simmons. Over in the corner, Matthews. Shot clock reset for Indiana.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
Tipped away and stolen by Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And just love how intense Butler is on this end. Looking to shoot every time down the floor. He is totally locked in.
Now here's Matthews. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He kicks it to Joseph. And stolen by McConnell. Yep, that one goes in there. And the 76ers lead by 14.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. And here are the Pacers now. And Matthews kicks to Oladipo. The pass to Sabonis. Evans with it. Just 5 to shoot. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
I like how effective Evans is from there. The closer to the bucket he gets, the better he is.
Ball's knocked loose. Outside Butler. Passes it to Scott. Over Sabonis. And that one hits back iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Count that one.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
There's a minute left to play in the first. On the wing, Johnson. It's Scott on the wing. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Scott's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Oladipo kicks to Evans. Back to Oladipo. And here's Matthews from the arc. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McConnell scanning the floor.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Philadelphia shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Young comes in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Collison in for Evans. That one is no good.
You know, and Butler wasn't a starter until midway through his second season. But since then, his minutes have gone up, and his productivity has gone way up.
One second left. And that one released in time, but no good.
And I love the activity level of Bogdanovich on the defensive end, using that height and length there to just crowd shooters.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. 76ers on top. They lead by 8. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Well, it's all about the rim protection because it's been fantastic. A big part of helping them build this early lead.
J.J. Redick is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then it's Amir Johnson. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Collison. And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Pacers trail by 10. Collison feeling it out of it. A wide open look here for Oladipo. The three-pointer no good. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They've led by as many as 14 points. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. Second, Victor Oladipo.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2 guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
Yeah, and the energy they show on the glass is outstanding. They work so hard in the paint.
Philadelphia leading by 10. And here's McConnell. Got a piece of it. Young with the steal. Now here's Collison. He's covered by McConnell. Collison kicks to Young. Inside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Redick. Poked loose and stolen by Bogdanovich. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Simmons against Collison. Young outside. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Oladipo.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A. thanks. Marjanovic checked in for Philadelphia. Simmons comes in for J.J. Redick. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Turner up top, guarded by Embiid. 5 to shoot, and it's in there. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
Simmons against Collison. Here's Embiid. A second chance effort. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. And the 76ers lead by 8.
Well, I like how hard he crashes the glass. Simmons knows he has the size and timing to keep possessions alive.
To the middle, here's Young, and it's Young finishing it off.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Collison against Simmons. Rebounded by Collison. Pacers trail by 6. Here's Oladipo. And too long on the shot.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
And that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now here is Harris. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
On its way from Oladipo for 2. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. The 76ers leading by 4. And Simmons kicks to Simmons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Darren Collison.
Oh, look, he's almost 7 feet tall. Simmons is a tough guard. I mean, you got to be careful not to get too physical.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, think back to when Ben Simmons was first drafted as the top pick in 2016. Everyone knew he could be a playmaker as a small forward. But really, he functions fully as a point guard when he's out on the floor.
The Pacers making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Good on both. And Chris, Simmons, a player that almost transcends the traditional basketball position.
He's a playmaker, plain and simple. He has the height and vision and skill to line up anywhere. Simmons, he could be viewed as a generational talent when it's all said and done.
Now here's Collison. He's got 6. Back to Bogdanovich. Beyond the arc. Simmons pulls it in. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the shot goes in from Embiid. Embiid's got 10 points.
Can't let Embiid get comfortable inside. When he's this close, he's adept at burning the defense.
Now Collison, who's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
That one goes. Count it. And it's 6 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
And I like the commitment from Bogdanovich. Even when he gets knocked around, he stays focused on the rim.
Simmons on the wing. Turner covering. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot.
One shot.
Really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
That's good from Simmons.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
And Matthews kicks to Evans. "13 feet away. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Butler. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. Utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
And the Pacers call time here.
And last year we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy.
And the 76ers making a change here. Ennis is checked in. O'Quinn finds Evans. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Such aggression on these takes inside. Evans is solid at penetrating and getting close to the bucket.
And Embiid has already made the jump from star to superstar.
And part of that is his personality. I think his game does speak for itself. Gives you everything you want from a center on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill and touch for a player his size.
Now here's Evans after the miss from Joel Embiid. A 3 from Matthews. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. They are just killing them on the interior.
They get a hand on it. And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. Ahead, and Embiid throws it down.
This is what a point guard should do. Simmons is so adept at noticing when the defense is overcommitted.
Pacers trail by 13. And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Evans feeling it out a bit. O'Quinn dishes to Evans. Clock at 6. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. It's good. Sabonis has got 6.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Philadelphia leading by 11. Pass to Marjanovic. Back to Simmons. Ennis in the corner. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Tyreke Evans is 3rd. Victor Oladipo 4th.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Yeah, Greg. This is the kind of active defense that these guys play. It requires a lot of stamina, but they don't have an off switch. They're all effort all the time.
Here's Simmons after Wesley Matthews score. Ennis passes to Marjanovic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game. Let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' game. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player. And being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki being a basketball player that he is means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
And the 76ers with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Scott comes in for Embiid, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Ennis. Now, here's McConnell, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks. And then on Tuesday, They'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Scott now, top of the key, over Sabonis. Another miss by Philadelphia. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the 76ers now. And it's Butler missing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And Indiana making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Pacers trail by 8. Pass to Matthews. Sabonis with the ball. Defended by Butler. And that one, good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. McConnell finds Simmons. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And that's now 11 points for Ben Simmons.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
To the paint, Butler with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break, puts it up from 12. That's good on the jump shot. And now it's a 10-point 76ers lead.
Oh, spotting up and knocking it down. The big man Johnson can't be left alone.
Sabonis kicks to O'Quinn. He dishes it to Holiday. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Sabonis, no good. Philadelphia leading by 10.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Exactly, but you still want a decent look, because if you miss, the strategy doesn't help.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Indiana shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. Shoots from the line. The shot comes out, so Philadelphia will take it the other way.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Stolen by O'Quinn. Evans against Simmons. Evans passes to Sabonis. Just 3 on the clock. He lays it in. Sabonis has got 10 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's Philadelphia with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace is what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. It's just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
The beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, pressed up, and ready to go. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
Pacers trail by 10 on the court for Indiana. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Down low, it's Young and Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick-and-pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And that one's good by Butler.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And so Collison will bring it up for the Pacers. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
Philadelphia leading by 10. Simmons finds Harris. Outside Butler. Redick for 3. The shot, no good. Nice D from Oladipo. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Oladipo's got it back down to single digits for Indiana. Oladipo against Redick. Outside, Simmons. Dishes it to Embiid. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Now the pass to Bogdanovich. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The shot by Turner, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Butler against Bogdanovich. Embiid kicks to Redick. Back to Embiid. Inside, Simmons. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead. Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Timeout called the Pacers. AC Webb, for your money, who does the best job of combining guard skills with a classic back-to-the-basket game?
Whoa, I mean, you think of Cousins. He's 7 foot, not the fastest, but he has back-to-the-basket and then crossover 3-point shooting ability. Embiid as well, Towns, and of course, Anthony Davis, who I think was a point guard and had a great growth spurt in high school.
Yes.
He's just a guard in a big man's body.
Simmons checked in for J.J. Redick. Simmons against Oladipo. Embiid with the steal. Harris passes to Butler. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
You know, the way Butler handles himself in the paint, it really impressive. Just kind of out-muscles and outworks anything the defense throws at him.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 11, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Oladipo's got 13.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Feeds to Harris. Over Young. Harris's shot is off. Pacers trail by 11. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Passes it to Bogdanovich, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Yeah, the length and height of Bogdanovich is impressive. Outstanding at slamming it down there when he got the chance.
And Simmons kicks to Butler. Got a piece of it. Bogdanovich against Butler. Bogdanovich dishes to Oladipo. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Now here's Butler. 19 points in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Victor Oladipo. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging 22 points per, 2.5 steals, and 6 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. Here's Collison. He has 6. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Oladipo finds Turner. Butler against Bogdanovich. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
How about the edge Butler plays with? Has a fire in his eyes on defense and just always tries to shut his man down.
And the basket by Harris.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
And Young, here we go. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's Simmons. 15 points in the game. Outside Butler. Here's Harris. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Harris has got 9.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
To the paint, here's Young. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Marjanovic checked in for Philadelphia. T.J. McConnell comes in for Simmons. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Matthews comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Evans in for Darren Collison. Now, here's McConnell. Here's Marjanovic. Here's Embiid. McConnell in the corner. Off target from outside.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Matthews against Harris. Matthews with it. 5 points in the game. He kicks it to Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Oladipo's got 7 now in this quarter. Philadelphia leading by 8. Pass to Embiid. Harris outside. The feed to Embiid over Sabonis. And Embiid gets it to go. Embiid's got 19 points.
And the touch Embiid has on his jumper, I mean, looking so soft and accurate coming out of his hands.
16 feet away, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now it's a 12-point 76ers lead. Knocked away. And now the 76ers on the break. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The 76ers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. First one falls for him. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Indiana. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He's not making any mistakes up there today. Another solid trip to the line for him.
And Oladipo kicks to O'Quinn. Rebound by the 76ers.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They trail by 14. Pass to Evans. Back to Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Even with the miss, that's a jumper he'll keep taking as long as they keep leaving him open.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Evans inside. He's covered by McConnell. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Evans.
Oh, he's showing no fear under pressure. Evans is good at staying aware of the shot clock situation.
Now, here's McConnell. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Scott comes in for Embiid. Korkmaz checked in for Jimmy Butler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Hits the three-point bomb. Redick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pacers trail by 15. And here's Evans. 6 points for him. The pass to Sabonis. Down low, O'Quinn, and he lays it straight in. O'Quinn's got his second bucket tonight.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And Reddick kicks to Korkmaz. Harris dishes to Scott. Back to Harris. Takes a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Well, one of the things Harris does so well out there is shoot the three ball, which in turn opens up the floor for the rest of his teammates.
Pacers trail by 16. The 76ers making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. And Indiana with a change here, too. Young's checked in for McDermott. Evans outside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Tyreke Evans not the biggest free agent this past offseason, but Greg, many teams vying for his services.
Pacers were able to win out, and he should be a good fit. Can act as another playmaker and ball handler for the team. Turned down playing with the Warriors, Lakers, and Thunder to come to this Indiana squad.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, and the versatility Evans gives this team is just tremendous. I mean, he's capable of playing multiple positions. He does so many things well.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Oh, look, and just a fantastic season for Tyreke Evans last year. Think about it. Arguably his best in the NBA. He looked comfortable in his role offensively. He initiated and made plays from a variety of positions.
Here's Evans. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Beyond the arc. And Evans the basket on the assist from Young. Evans has got 9.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And for Evans, when he is comfortable in his role, see, Webb, he can be deadly.
Oh, yeah, and the increase in shooting from deep, that helped in that regard as well. I mean, he started drawing more attention away from hoop, and that started opening up lanes for him.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
For Indiana, they have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
One shot.
Philadelphia leading by 12. And Simmons kicks to Scott. Harris, bounce pass. Johnson with it. Working on O'Quinn. And stolen by Scott. Pass to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 16 points for Tobias Harris.
Whether it's inside or outside, Harris remains steady and ready to shoot the ball. He definitely has the trust of his teammates and coaches.
Now here's Evans. 12 points for him. .29 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. From 12 feet out. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Oh, just incredible, that spin. Shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. For Indiana, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Redick passes to Simmons. From deep three-point range. The shot off that time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's listen in on what Nate McMillan had to say to his team.
Defensively, we got to keep these guys in front of us shooting contested too. All right, play defense without fouling, and they get one shot.
Being aggressive, GA, without fouling. That's a good message, and that's what Coach McMillan wants.
The worst thing you can do is bail a team out. It's important that they just lock down here defensively.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Amir Johnson is out there with Scott. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Here's Collison. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Simmons got 6 rebounds here tonight. Johnson finds Redick. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Pacers trail by 15. Now Collison. Pass to Young. The kick out to Matthews. 4 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Feeds it to Johnson. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
He's not about to get dunked on. The last line of defense coming up big.
Pass to Bogdanovich and taken away by Johnson. Moving it up. Throws it up high to stuff the alley-oop.
I mean, he can do that. With his leaping ability, no problem for Johnson to go get it.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Young. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. The 76ers leading by 15. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Johnson kicks to Simmons. Over Collison. No good from Simmons.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And it's good. 2 points.
Oh, that's the goal every trip. Get the good look from close range.
For Philadelphia, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
And once Simmons turns on the Jets, there's no stopping him. I love seeing him play with this much confidence.
Collison kicks to O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Now here's Simmons. Outside Butler. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Stolen by Collison. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. They double him with Butler. Inside, Bogdanovich. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 9 assists now tonight.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Here's Simmons. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Pacers with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside Collison. Back to Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it and stolen by Butler. And now the 76ers on the break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And look, if he can start turning some of these misses into makes, their lead is going to take a big jump.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Johnson. Marjanovic subbed in for Mike Scott. The Pacers also changing it up. Miles Turner comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Matthews.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Look at the unselfishness of Embiid, Kevin. I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
Pacers trail by 11. Collison, the pass to Turner. Oladipo against Redick. Oladipo finds Collison. Just 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. The shot by Turner no good. Philadelphia leading by 11. Redick passes to Marjanovic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. They'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Now here's Collison. Kicks it to Turner. To the inside, Oladipo. Outside Collison. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Butler against Collison. Outside for Redick. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Here's Simmons. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Sabonis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Simmons against Collison. Outside Butler. Takes a 3. They get it back. And Embiid is right there. And the 76ers lead by 15.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Simmons against Collison. The dish to Oladipo. With the floater. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. That one goes. Count it.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Now here's Collison. Good.
Oh, and Collison really knows how to handle the offense. Very capable of setting the floor up with his passing.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Simmons with it. He's covered by Collison. The pass to Marjanovic. Butler kicks to Redick. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off the mark.
Now, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Harris is checked in for Philadelphia. The 76ers leading by 15. Shoots it. Embiid, no good. Butler with the steal. Down low. And that one is good. Butler's got 10 points here in the second half.
Great teammate. You could tell Redick has no issues giving up the ball to his guys.
Pacers trail by 17. Oladipo finds Bogdanovic. Back to Oladipo. Outside Bogdanovic. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Harris, and it's sent back by Turner. Outside Bogdanovic. Poked loose. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
That's number 5 on him. No room for error anymore. I bet they'll take it at him right now. Try to get him out the game.
Oladipo against Redick. And Turner kicks to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. Oladipo outside.
And look, you have to give credit to Harris. He is very good at getting his hands up and making shooters feel uneasy.
In the corner, Simmons with it. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Passes it to Harris. Redick bounce pass. Embiid, the pass to Redick. Hands it from downtown. Redick's got 8 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Collison finds Oladipo. Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. If the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, you know, for the East and the West.
You know, Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I do believe there should be a difference between MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the total number of teams and conferences.
Good perspective. And that one's good by Butler. Here's Collison. Timeout called the Pacers.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And so it's Indiana with it. To the inside. Oladipo taking his time here. Outside Bogdanovic. Pass to Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reddick with the double team. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over, along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're acting a fool, get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop? Or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side. I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? But I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Joel Embiid.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And stolen by Reddick. Embiid dishes to Simmons. Back to Embiid. Over Sabonis. Knocked loose.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Young outside. Five on the clock. He dishes it to Joseph. The shot's good.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
McConnell with it. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. If we play together, play hard, we can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.